Ejecting coaxium particles. Pilot sync rate stable. Mind bridge initiated.
Aquila, taking off.
I'm a little late to the party with this topic, but I feel like I need to put my 2 cents on this now. And you know, Doc Dark already, once again, beat me to the punch with this one. And I was thinking the same thing he said for days. And then he finally uploaded that video, and I was like, dang. He's done that multiple times. I think a lot of us PC/Xbox players in this space we kind of think alike. You know, we're like almost like a hive mind, except we have a lot more common sense. All right. And you know, the past week and a half, of course, you know, Sony was talking about how they're gonna put all their games everywhere, going full third party, just like Xbox. And of course, y'all know me, I don't have an issue with that. I think that's great. I want everybody to be able to play everything. But then that creates a question, and I also find it a bit concerning, and it shouldn't be concerning. But, you know, with the way PlayStation fanboys have treated the state of Sony PlayStation over the past years, you know, I said on this channel, and other people have said too, that the PlayStation fanboys don't care about the well-being of PlayStation. And if they did, then this question in my head wouldn't have been there in the first place. It wouldn't have had to be there. What's the point of the PlayStation 6? What is the point of that? What's the point of a new PlayStation console? You know, PlayStation games are apparently coming to the Xbox platform. At this rate, it's very likely. Look, we've been trying to tell y'all for the longest time now, exclusivity just does not work. Especially this day and age, these games are getting really expensive to make. And unfortunately, PlayStation players weren't buying PlayStation games. Look, Rise of the Ronin made $400,000. $400,000 is terrible. I've told y'all before, Spider-Man didn't make the amount it was supposed to make. And you can say I'm lying or blah, blah, blah. Look, Fortenga had it front and center on his screen. I'll tell you this time and time again. I wish I screenshotted it, but even Fortenga will tell you, no, it did not. Okay, it didn't. I'm not going to lie to you on this channel. I'm not Dreamcast guy. I'm not going to make these things up. A lot of these PlayStation games just weren't making the money that they needed to make. And then, of course, you had the whole Concord situation, which I would love to forget, but who could forget that disastrous launch? Not even a week, that game was dead. And, you know, Xbox going third party, they can do that, and it makes perfect sense because everything is a freaking Xbox. You see, Microsoft was a step ahead. They were ahead of the game. They were smart with it. Everything is an Xbox, including your PlayStation. Y'all buy Xbox games more than y'all buy the PlayStation games. I believe All Eyes on Jet told me today, like, Gran Turismo is all the way at the bottom, but Forza Horizon 5 is selling like hotcakes on PlayStation 5. So when the PS6 comes out, are those games gonna go everywhere too? At that point, what's the point of the PS6? You might as well just get the PC. And, you know, Microsoft was talking about making a PC Xbox hybrid, PC console hybrid. I'm assuming that's gonna, you know, it's gonna probably have Steam on it. PlayStation games are on Steam. At that point, what's the point of getting a PlayStation 6? Right? Like, and I feel like, again, I do believe the fanboys are partially to blame. They weren't vocal on Sony's issues. When Microsoft makes mistakes, Xbox players are very vocal about it. And more often than not, Microsoft hears us and they listen. Phil Spencer's listening, bro. Alright? But the fanboys just let these things slide, you know? And if you care about somebody, are you gonna lie to them? Just let them, you know, if they're smoking crack, you're gonna let them smoke crack? Or are you gonna tell them to stop? You're gonna tell them to stop. If Sony's doing something blatantly anti-consumer, something blatantly wrong, are you gonna go, oh, I'm gonna just support it instead of going, no, we don't want this? You know, and in the long run, I think it's caused an issue. Now I see they're trying to launch the PS6, but what's the point of the PS6, like I just said? That's a weird, I don't know. Like the next upcoming consoles, that's a weird predicament, man. I don't get it. Like this, I guess this is one of those things where we're gonna have to wait and see what happens, right? Because right now the math ain't mathing. It's not mathing. It doesn't really make much sense if all the PlayStation games are going everywhere, and then I don't know. We'll see. For now, deuces.
MVP.
Nobody dodges Aquila's gaze.